Hey everybody, and I want to welcome you to this accompanying video to Facebook Ads with a Twang, episode 64, where I'm talking about using Facebook's dynamic ads feature, which is really pretty cool. It's been out for a while. I just haven't really talked about it. For me, I've always I say always, for the past few years, I've used Ad Espresso quite a bit. It's not that I love everything about it, but I do like some of the things about it, and it allowed you to test a lot of things at once. But this dynamic ads feature with Facebook is really pretty cool. So you might want to check out the podcast episode 64, Facebook Ads with a Twang podcast. I'm just going to give you a summary though. Dynamic ads just means that it allows you to rotate your creatives. Okay, I always got caught up in the word dynamic for some reason, like it was above my head and or something, like it was, I'd just be like, what does that mean? Right? It just allows you to rotate those things, whether it's images or your copy or your, the button that they choose or whatever. And I'm going to show you how to use all that here in just a second. So give me just a second. Okay, so now I'm ready to do that. If my dog, who's sitting right under my legs here under my desk for some reason, she's just feeling kind of needy, I guess. I guess we all do sometimes. So let's just kind of talk about how to input this and what it looks like. So I'm in my test account here, and I just want to just show you a few things on how to do this. And as I mentioned in the podcast, there's some limitations to it, and there's a certain way you have to input it. If you have any information to the contrary, just let me know. Things do change though often, and so if you have anything, let me know on those lines. So if you're in the Ads Manager, normal stuff, you click Create. Now, if you're used to seeing this when you click Create an ad, you can't do it from here. Okay, I don't know why it is or why you can't do it from here. If you can do it in your Ads Manager, that's fine. I can't do it in mine. Sometimes that happens where Facebook rolls out features to certain accounts and not others. So what I'm going to suggest you do is go over here to switch to quick creation, which is what I use anyway. Okay, and then I'm just going to kind of set up an ad just like normal, or just like I am normal. Right now, dynamic ad test. Let me do that. Okay, and then I have to select my campaign objective just like normal. So one caveat, or this is one of the limitations I should say, is that you can only choose either traffic or conversions for dynamic ads. You cannot choose these other options, at least not yet. Okay, so those are the two that you have. You do not want to use this split test. Okay, split test, I'll talk about that another time. I don't like it for a lot of reasons actually, but that's not what we're talking about with dynamic ads. So then I named my ad set and I named my ad level, and I click Save to Draft, and then I'm going to go ahead and go to my ad set level. And as I'm looking at this, I would put everything in normally like I normally would, except right here it says Dynamic Creative. And so I'll just turn this switch on. And now when I go into my ad level, you're going to see that there's multiple options to input different creative stuff. So let me scroll down here though to make this easier and edit my placements. I would anyway. I'm going to take out everything else. Even though you can rotate them in various placements, most of the time, we're not breaking the normal rules of running ads in the news feed for the most part. So I'm just going to make sure it's in the news feed, and now I'm going to go to the ad level. So let me click on that little guy there. And so now you see where it says not enough assets in the asset feed, blah, blah, blah. So the first thing that you can do is, like normal, you would go down here and select images. Okay, so before I do that, let me just show you. When you click select image, you notice now you can't use the Shutterstock images. So before, if you recall, you would have had an option to search for images and use Shutterstock images royalty free. Okay, so you didn't have to pay for them or anything like that. Facebook granted you that. However, with this, you can't do that. You have to upload the images that you want. So I'm just going to select some, right? Then I'm just going to select three. Okay, these three different images right here. And so I'm going to click. That's not really a good one. Let me do that one. So there we go. So now you see I have three images selected. Okay. Now I'm going to kind of scroll down. Now it's time for text. So once I start putting the text in, right, and this is where our copy is, then this button right here is going to light up and I can put multiple things of text. So let me just do that. See how that came out, and then text 2, and then, you know, text 3. Okay. Now, one thing you should note, right here, you can only put 1,024 characters. Anybody that knows me knows that I love long copy on ads. Okay, but now they're tying my hands, so you can only put 1,024 characters. So just so you know. All right, so next thing is the website URL. The website URL, you cannot test that. It has to be the same in dynamic ads. It doesn't matter. So I'm just going to put in .com right there. Okay, and so it does. You know, you can put your display link. Same thing though. You can't test it. Now you can test your headline. Okay, so if you want to test your headline, then you input it there. The button lights up. Great. You put in your second headline, right? And then you put in your third headline. Okay, so there you go. Now, lastly is the newsfeed link description. One thing to remember about the newsfeed link description is that if you use that, okay, you use the newsfeed link description, it does not always appear. In fact, most of the time, 99% of the time, it will not appear on mobile, okay? So never put anything in the newsfeed link description that you don't need to, you know, that's imperative for them to see, if that makes sense. I usually wouldn't test that, but if you wanted to, you can. Okay, here I usually just space so there's not one. Okay, and remember the newsfeed link description will appear below the headline. The other part to that is but with this you have to choose a call to action. Even on a conversion campaign, you can't choose no button. You have to choose buttons, but you can choose, you know, different buttons. So we could do learn more. We could do, you know, sign up. We could do, you know, I don't know, download. We could do all those 3 buttons if we wanted to. Okay, just remember that once you input a button, the headline now will be cut off. If you're used to not using a button, you may cut off the headline because of the button being there. Okay, just bear that in mind. All right, so next, okay, we got that all set up. Great. Okay, I don't know why it's talking about that pixel. That's weird. Don't understand. Okay. So, and you would normally have your pixel set here. I don't know, it's messing up or something. And so that's it. So now you have everything set up. So the cool thing is see how it says text 2, and then it has image 3, and it has headline 3, and it has the sign up button. If you want to view what it looks like with more variations, you do it here. You go over here and change, you know, to this image, and what does that look like with headline 2, and that kind of thing. And that's what Facebook's going to rotate around for you. Okay, and that's it. And that's it. That's all you have to do for your ads. You're ready to rock and roll. So that's it. I hope that was helpful. And, you know, if you have any questions or anything, please let me know, and I will talk to you soon. Thanks so much. But it just means it allows you to Alright. I do. Oh, is this good? Does this look good? Okay.